Hey, welcome back guys to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos and learning something new from my channel. The goal of my channel is to every time I do some sort of like a DIY project where I learn or figure out some sort of like a tips and tricks, I feel like maybe I should, make a video on that so I can share with you guys how to do something with tips and tricks and the easiest way. Of course you can find a lot of videos where people show you how to do something, but that may not be the best route or the easiest route, and that's what I use my own common sense and try to figure out something easy way. And that's what I did in this Cub Cadet LT46 XT1. So here you can see this is my riding lawnmower LT46 XT1. So what happened, guys, like last week I was just mowing my lawn in the backyard. Now we had a storm a couple of weeks ago and one of our pear tree fall down, completely just broke down, and I used my chainsaw and I literally cut the stump as low as I can. So the stump is only like this much out from my backyard, So when I was cutting my lawn last week, I basically ran over, right? I was like, hey, it's not going to touch it, but because I think I have a slope and the little like maybe 1 inch stump, somehow I have no idea how, but looks like the tree stump like hit it to my blade, like only one of the blade, not two blade. And right after I hit the tree stump, my tractor like shaked or whatever, like like it has like trouble like running. And what was happening, the blade like bent it too much. This is, by the way, new blade, this is the old one. So the blade like was touching to the ground, it literally like shaved the whole it basically removed the ground, like shaved it completely. The grass was gone, like because it was struggling, it was like hitting to the ground so hard, and it basically had trouble running, so it just keeps stopping. So of course I lifted the deck. This is what they call deck, guys, by the way. The one that actually cut the grass, this is called deck. That's why they call it, 45, 46. I think this is 46-inch deck. So yeah, so I basically looked under. It was really hard because, car is at least a little bit higher than a ground, like you can see right there. But the problem with the lawnmower is it's too close to the ground. I mean, first what I did, I'm just going to share the process, and then what I did and how I fixed, I guess, is my goal. And I'm going to explain you all this about these tools as well. So here is my little, like a car ramp. So basically, I normally use these for my car. I basically, drive the front tire on it, and the car is like lifted, I would say 7 or 8 inch or maybe 10 inch from the ground. So that's what I did, right? I lifted the back ones. I literally drove backward, lifted my tractor up. It was still very hard to look under the thing, right? It's very hard. I'm laying on the ground, unless you have like big those jacks or whatever, which I don't, of course, and I'm sure most people don't have those, right? So I lifted this thing as much as I can, which is still not enough. Now let me sit down here. Now this is the bolt was basically on my what they call spindle. Actually the thing that spins with the belt, it's called spindle, right? So this was connected on the spindle, right? So of course this is the blade. Now my task was to remove the freaking blade. Now blade is so hard to remove, guys. Now the problem is because over time it get all sort of like a gunk and dust and stuff like stuck in the thread of the nut. And then when you try to remove it, it was not removing. Here you can kind of see a little bit how it's like chewing up, right? You can see here, because I was like really pushing it hard, and I was also trying to hit with the hammer on the same time. This is my big wrench, that size. This one, I mean, you can kind of see it fits in there. Look at that. It perfectly fits. So I'm literally hitting with my hammer and stuff. I tried for good 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not going to come out. And I'm sure you guys will, understand my pain at that point, because these are just, again, hitting the grass and dust and, a little bit moisture all the time when you're cutting the grass. So it was really jammed. It would not freaking come out. And I was scared to break this bolt. I don't want to break the thread or something. That was my fear, because if that happens, I don't have this freaking bolt. Then I will have to buy the new spindle, and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. And that is where, I came up with a trick. Now, before I share that, let me also kind of share with you guys. This is, of course, the bended one. The reason it's like kind of whitish here, because it was like literally bended. It was supposed to be straight. It was like this at the end. It freaking bended bad. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can heat up the blade, and I'm sure most of you guys will think the same. And that is my another tip. I would like to help you with that. That if you try to freaking bend this thing, it is really hard unless you have like really high tech tools you can heat up to a completely freaking red like a charcoal. Maybe then you can do a good one, but it has to be like a balance. You know how the wheels are balanced? This has to be pretty well balanced. I mean, here you can see how much it's tilted. It's really bad. So it's really tilted. So again, I had to like stand on it and, you know, heat up with my this torch you can see on the floor. I was using this, literally the whole tank is like empty now, by the way. I was using this thing and basically heat the heck out of the thing, pressed it as much as I can. This just would not work. I mean, I was tired, honestly. And I'm like, nope, you know what, just order the new one. So I ended up ordering these two blades, right? And it was really good price. I think I paid like $36 or so, including free shipping. So it's come down to like about 18 or 20 bucks per blade, which I think is great. I mean, look at the thickness. This blade is very thick, guys. This is very thick. I think it's like 1 quart or something. Like it's pretty thick blade. Okay, so the one advice I would like to give you, when you do the blade replacement, if it's bended, do not even try to repair it, because even if you can bend it, it has to be exactly lined up. Otherwise, it'll be like kind of wobbly and shaky. It's going to shake your tractor because it spin at a very high RPM. And they has to be well balanced or fully straight. Otherwise, it will make your life, you know, harder. So that's number one tip. Order the new blade if you hit something, right? Don't try to fix it. The mistake I did, learn from my mistake. Don't try to fix it. I was trying to be over smart. That does not work. Buy a new one. Okay, guys. The tip number 2, which is very important tip. Going under the deck is very hard. Opening a bolt is very hard with the hammer, because again, you're laying on a floor holding a hammer and holding this freaking wrench with one hand or two hand. It just not gonna work. So what I did is I ended up opening this little cover, and you can see the bolt right there is basically shiny new. This was opening piece of cake. I don't know if this rule will apply with all the different brand name more. I don't know about that, but maybe with all different Cub Cadet ones, maybe. But when you open this thing, the bottom just comes right out, like including the blade. The whole shaft just comes out, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you here. So let me see if I can do with one hand. So this is my little wrench with a socket on. So I'm going to try to open this thing. I was not going, you know, it's already done, but I'm going to remove it so I can show you exactly what I mean. So hopefully you can learn something. So let's see. Okay, one out. Whew, man, I'm telling you, doing with one hand and not having the exact right tool makes it really hard. It's loose, but it's just not let loose. So almost there, guys, almost there. Okay, guys, looks like we did it. All right, so here is what I wanted to show you guys. So basically remove this little spindle cover. Now look at that. I mean, how shiny this bolt is, guys. Basically clear, beautiful looking blade. I mean, beautiful looking this pulley, because this thing is like covered under this little guard. That's why this is so neat. You know, the bolt is beautiful looking. It's so much easier to sit down and hold this thing or something, you know, and rotate this bolt is so much easier than going under the deck. That is why the problem was. Now you can easily use a wrench like this and open it, and once it's open, I'll show you what I meant by that. It is so nice because this pulley will come upward and this whole little long shaft will go down, and that's where the blade is attached. Now when it's down there, you can easily just pull it out and then remove the blade on the floor. You can heat up, you know, easily with some sort of like a torch. If needed, you can use a little hammer. You can use all sort of tools when it's right on the front, then it's basically right under this, you know, deck. It's so much easier in what I was trying to show. So let me try to lose this thing. I know I can't do it with one hand. Let me pause it and I'll show you exactly how to do. But you know, basically you can hold it with one hand or something, or maybe hit with a hammer or something. It's so much easier now doing it here versus under there is what I was trying to say. So give me a second, let me lose this thing and I'll be back. Okay guys, it took me like literally 10 seconds, and look at that, now this nut is loose. Look at that, how nicely it's coming. And keep in mind I installed this thing about 2 years ago, and look at that, how beautiful looking the thread is. Super easy, so clean. I mean, look at this, you can kind of see the difference. This is the one on the top, this is the one at the bottom, and this is already clean because I had to blow some heat and I throw some lubrication oil, that then only it came out. So once it's there, you just have to, of course, loosen the belt. Let's see. Okay, lose the belt, and now look at that. This pulley go upward. Voila. And the thing already fall down, what I was talking about. Let me show you. Alright guys, this came out. It took me a little hassle because this is just too low. It was still, I had to like lift this deck like upward like that, and finally this came out. But look at that, that is where the blade goes in, and this is the top one. So all you have to do is see this little thing, cap. These are the bearings. So now you know, I mean, if you have to replace the bearing, you can easily replace it. This cap goes like this, and this thing goes like this, and then the bolt goes right on the top like this. So this thing goes at the bottom straight, and that's where the blade goes, and you can see the star. So the star goes right in here or in here. Look at that star looking thing, goes right in here like that, and that's where you put the bolt on, and that's how it holds the blade basically. So simple as that. But now you can imagine, it was still hard for me to lift this thing up and pull this thing out, compared to now you can imagine if it's under that thing, how hard will that be to open this one stupid looking, bolt. It was frustrating. But yeah guys, I mean, that's all I wanted to show you, this trick. I mean, you can see how dirty it is, by the way. You can see. So that kind of explains you why it's harder to open when it's installed. So it's so much easier. Now you can also like lubricate it. You can lubricate this puppy. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the blade on this now, and put the blade, slide under there and put it up straight, and then put the bolt right here. So that way I don't have to do anything under there. I can tighten my blade as best as I can. But yeah guys, this is it. I mean, here's a new blade, you can see. And when I got the new blade, the very first thing I did is I basically wanted to put side by side like this and see exactly everything matches. This hole matches, look at that. This star looking hole, these screws lines up exactly. Blade length matches, like, and it's from the same company who sold me 2-3 years ago. They are still alive, I guess. But they sold me the exact same blade. I'm going to keep one for next time. I'll just replace one of the new one. That's it. I mean, also another tip is, you can see it clearly shows here grass side. So this side goes at the bottom like this. So this will go like this way. I'm not going to do it, because it's just hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to basically do like this. Maybe I can balance it. Let's see. But yeah, basically like this, and I'll put the bolt on it. And but yeah guys, I guess I'll let you go, but you kind of got the idea. Basically remove the shaft when you do the blade replacement. It's so much easier than going under the deck, in other words. So anyway guys, I will let you go. I would appreciate, if you think you like something new from my channel or video, I would appreciate if you can subscribe my channel to help support and help motivate, so I can come up with newer ideas to educate you guys. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching my video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, and I hope this video was helpful in some ways. Okay, thank you guys. Have a great day.